As night falls, an Asian forest wakes in a way most people never see. Among wet leaves and darkness, something is moving almost without a sound. In a single glint of light, those eyes make the whole forest feel more mysterious. This is the Masked Palm Civet, a secretive resident of the nocturnal world. Hard to spot by day, this animal still lives across many forests of Asia. It can survive from dense woodland to forest edge, where wilderness meets people. From the Himalayan foothills to Southeast Asia, the Masked Palm Civet has adapted to many ecosystems. That flexibility helps it persist even as the boundary of the forest grows smaller. The species belongs to the civet family, an old branch of carnivorous mammals distinct from true cats. A sensitive nose allows it to read countless invisible signals in the night. The black and white facial mask is the species' most recognizable feature. Its long tail works like a bouncing pole as it travels high above the ground. Strong feet and sharp claws let it grip wet bark with confidence. A slender body gives it the freedom to move through the tight architecture of the canopy. Masked palm civets can live in evergreen forest, limestone forest, secondary woodland, and more. Medium in size, it is small enough to stay hidden yet strong enough to forage efficiently. The coarse gray-brown coat helps it blend into bark, shadow, and rain-darkened wood. Small ears, a pointed muzzle, and reflective eyes are classic tools for life after dark. In the forest at night, survival often depends on the ability to stop and listen. At dusk, its nightly search for food truly begins. It walks over leaf litter with barely a whisper. By day, the masked palm civet usually rests inside a hollow tree or another hidden refuge. Shelters like these protect it from heat, danger, and disturbance. As the light fades, it leaves its sleeping place and returns to the world of shadows. Scent is a vital language for communication and territory. For most of its life, the masked palm civet travels alone. Yet the forest around it is always part of the same survival story. Sometimes its nightly route leads it right to the edge of human orchards. Fig trees and other fruiting plants are valuable food sources for the species. Streams, roots, and damp thickets often gather food in many forms. The masked palm civet is an omnivore, and ripe fruit is a major part of its diet. Beyond fruit, it also searches beneath bark for insects. When the chance appears, it can seize a small rodent in one quick movement. Frogs, too, may become part of its varied menu. And if it finds them, bird eggs can be another opportunistic meal. Every piece of fruit it eats may begin a new cycle for the forest. Seeds pass through the animal and fall back to the ground, ready to start again. That is why a small mammal can have an impact far greater than its size suggests. Each night, a masked palm civet may travel through multiple layers of the forest in search of food. Fallen trunks and canopy corridors become hidden pathways between habitat patches. When the forest is broken apart, those journeys become far more dangerous. Heavy rain does not stop the animal, but it does force it to conserve energy and weight. Its life also shifts with the rhythm of wet and dry seasons. Sometimes drinking water is nothing more than a shallow pool left by rain. In darkness, caution is a permanent instinct. Because somewhere in the forest, stronger predators may still be near. When the breeding season arrives, solitude gives way to cautious encounters. Two adults find each other through scent movement and careful acceptance. The female needs a secure hidden den in which to give birth. Newborn kits arrive tiny, fragile, and completely dependent on their mother. Early care shapes their chances of survival. As they grow, the young begin learning the most important lesson of all: how to climb safely. Each uncertain step is part of becoming independent. From the safety of the den, they gradually enter the wider forest world. As adults, they continue the familiar work of an omnivore that spreads seeds. Fruit dropped to ground also feeds many other lives. By consuming insects and small animals, the civet also helps regulate ecological balance. A healthy forest is built from countless small connections like these. And the masked palm civet is a quiet but important thread in that web. Yet at the forest edge, human pressure is becoming increasingly visible. When trees disappear, food and shelter vanish with them. A cleared forest loses more than trees. It loses entire ways of life. Roads turn an ordinary nightly journey into a dangerous crossing. Wire snares are silent, small, and deadly. Many animals are also threatened by hunting and the illegal wildlife trade. Pollution reaches even habitats that still seem wild. When forests are split into isolated fragments, the long-term survival of local populations weakens. That decline often happens so quietly that people barely notice. But there are still efforts to change that future. Rangers and conservation teams are tracking movement routes and protecting habitat on the ground. Local communities can also become powerful partners in forest recovery. Rescue and release work shows that nature can still be given a second chance. As a rescued animal returns to the forest, hope returns with it. Science helps us see that even scat and seeds can reveal a story of regeneration. In well-protected forest, the masked palm civet can return to its natural role. Forest recovery always begins with small but persistent choices. People can farm and live in ways that still leave room for wildlife. And in the darkness, the masked palm civet continues to watch a changing world. To protect this small mammal is to protect the hidden rhythm of the forest itself. If we protect the forest today, we also protect the quiet animals that keep it alive for tomorrow.